quite some time since I actually uploaded a YouTube video, and I am so sorry. So many of you have been reaching out to me or asking me how I've been, and thank you so much. You guys are all so incredibly kind and sweet, but I'm back. So today I thought that I would do a little bit of a Q&A, a little bit of a life update, tell you all where I've been, what I've been up to, and what do I have planned coming up for this next few months going into fall and back to school. Before we get into this video, if you are new to my channel, my name is Angela and I do videos on all things about motherhood, family, and lifestyle. I love doing YouTube videos and I will explain to you where I've been and why I haven't been uploading. But if you are interested, I would sure love it if you would consider subscribing to my channel. But let's get into the nitty-gritty details. All right, so the first thing that I thought that I should do, since it has been so long since I actually uploaded onto YouTube, is reintroduce myself. So if you're new to my channel, or if you are a longtime subscriber, thank you. But my name is Angela, and I am a mommy and a wife, and I work full-time. Well, especially lately, I work overtime. And I also have a little girl named Ava. She is 4 years old, a husband named Merrick, and a big old brown dog named Buster Brown. We live in Canada, and I love showing you kind of tips and tricks on how I make the best out of everyday lifestyle videos and show you how I find that balance between mommy life, being a wife, working full-time, and keeping everything positive. So if you are interested in that, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. All right, question number two, and I have them on my phone because I also asked on Instagram, where have I been the past 3 months? Well, I will finally tell you guys. So I have been working really, really hard. I'm not just a mommy and a wife, not that that's a very hard full-time job, but I also work full-time. I am a choreographer and director. I can now say I am a director. I just finished choreographing and directing the Calgary Stampede Grandstand show. If you're not familiar, where I live in Calgary, Alberta, we host the Calgary Stampede every year, and usually visitors from all around the world come and visit, and we put on a gigantic world spectacle, world-class entertainment, live theatrical show. And this year was my first year directing and choreographing, which I've done in the past, this show, and we put this show on for 10 nights out of the year, and it was amazing. But it was probably one of the hardest things that I have ever had to do. So not only were we putting on a show, but we were putting on a show during a pandemic. And we were one of probably the first live shows around the world to happen. So the team and I really were writing the book on how to create a show during a pandemic. We had lots of curveballs we had to dodge, but I am incredibly proud of the product that we put out on that stage. So we have everything from live dancers, singing, acts from around the world. We had comedians, world-class fireworks. We actually had fireworks going around our province all simultaneously, and it was absolutely amazing. It was a lifelong dream and goal of mine, and I'm so proud of what we all achieved together. But long story short, that is where I've been. I've been working around the clock. So we just wrapped and closed Stampede last week. So I took a week to kind of recover, but now I'm back on YouTube, and I cannot wait to get back to the swing of things and let you guys in on some behind the scenes tips and tricks that I have been doing. All right, speaking of YouTube, I'll kind of keep continuing with this. I have a question here I got on Instagram. Do I still like doing YouTube? I love doing YouTube, and I really missed it. There were so many times when I was working on the Stampede that I would pick up my camera and I'd go to film something, but then I just didn't have time to upload, and I really missed it. I miss connecting with you guys. I miss sharing all of my tips and tricks on how I be a mommy as well, and some things that work well for me, and I just love that connection, and I really truly missed it. So I'm already so excited to pick up this camera, get this little update over with, because I can feel like I'm a little bit rusty. I was nervous to even press that record button, but I'm ready to get back into it. We have lots of great things coming up this summer, and I cannot wait to share with you all. All right, next question. We want an Ava update. So my little Ava, she is 4 now, and I cannot get over it, and she is so tall. Ava is almost like 4 feet tall, and she's 4. I can't keep her in pants. I swear she's growing out of them. It's like the length of her pant, I think she's like around a size 6 to a 6X usually with her pants, which is mind-blowing to me. So she is so super active, and she did so well when I was working all the time. I think she really missed mommy. So this week was a lot of mother-daughter time, which was well overdue, but I'm so incredibly proud of her. She is thriving. To be honest, today she has a little bit of a cold, so I'm not sure where she picked that up. She has some sniffles, but she is resilient, and she is the best little girl in the whole world. All right, next question I got is, what are you going to do this summer? So we have some exciting things planned that I want to share with you. So first up is I have a lot of like staycation ideas that I want to do with Ava and make the most out of our time together this summer, especially that things are slowly starting to open up where I live in Alberta. So we want to have a lot of day trips planned to a lot of theme parks or amusement parks that are around here. Go to the zoo. We have picnics planned, day trips planned, lots of family gatherings, but also we have some vacations planned. So next week we're gonna go camping. Last year we rented an RV with my cousins and their little girl, and we went camping. Well, this year we are doing it again. Ava loved renting the RV. So we're gonna do it again. We're gonna go to a new place. So I'm gonna give you all the behind the scenes tour and tips and tricks on how I'm packing, what our meals are, you know, clothes that we're packing, games, toiletries, the whole bit. And then I'm also gonna take you along with us on our trip, kind of vlog our daily adventures and show you how little family of 3 get along during the summer. We're also gonna be heading out of town later on in August, but I will be sure, and I promise you, I'm gonna get back on a regular uploading schedule, and I will take you along with me. So if you're looking for some great summer content or real simple ideas as well, that's the one thing I love, finding like out of the box ideas that cost relatively nothing. You can use things around the house just to entertain Ava and I, so make sure you guys stay tuned. Okay, on Instagram, another question that I got quite often, actually, this is a question that repeated itself, is how did you balance working this summer on the Stampede and being a mommy? So that is quite a question. First thing is, I am really blessed, and I know that I'm blessed to have a rock solid husband and daddy to Ava. Mirik, he actually works from home as well, which is a blessing to us, so that both of us can talk about our schedules and work around our schedules, keeping Ava at home. But it really takes an army, you know, Mirik's family, my family, a lot of communication, but also priorities. So I had to really lay out my priorities, and YouTube was one of those things that unfortunately I had to let slide in order to continue being a focused mom and getting all of my work done. You know, my work wasn't really like a 9-to-5 job. I was working sometimes 16 hours a day, getting the show up, planning the show, meetings, Zoom calls, rehearsals, just there was so much on the go. So I knew that I couldn't do everything. And that's the one thing about being a mom, is that you learn, you set out with really good, I know personally, I started out with really good intentions that I'm gonna do it all and I'm gonna conquer the world. Quickly though, you're gonna find out where your priorities are, what is most comfortable for you. So I had to realize that something had to go in order for me to achieve this one goal that I had. But communication, prioritize. I also, one of the biggest blessings that helped Mirik and I stay on the same track is that we shared our calendar with each other. So on iCalendar, you can invite people to follow along with your calendar. So anytime I had meetings or rehearsals would change, Mirik always knew what my schedule was. And so he knew when I was coming home or I was leaving or if things were changing, because my schedule is just crazy. So thank God he was able to be so bendable and flexible and work around my schedule. But now that I'm not doing this big show, he needs to get back on track, and I'm gonna kind of take the back seat a little, and I'm very happy to do that and focus more on being a mommy, because he really had to take over and he did double duty, and I am so grateful for that. All right, next question is, how did you handle lockdown as a family? And now that you're coming out of lockdown, how are you getting back into the swing of things? So lockdown, I think every family has their own story about how they handled it, how they felt about lockdown. We as a family actually did pretty well. We're homebodies as it is. If you talk to any of my family, I'm secretly a 80-year-old grandmother at heart, and I have no problem staying at home and watching a good TV series, or just me and Mirek hanging out after Ava goes to bed. We actually were okay with that, but I think near the end of things, I was just like everybody else, just getting tired of cooking and cleaning and doing the same things. Yeah, I just needed to change up my schedule. I needed to bring some variety to my life. So getting back into the swing of things though was a little bit different. I think I surprised myself. I was met with a little bit of, I don't want to use the word anxiety because that's the wrong word, but I guess apprehension is the better word. I was apprehensive about getting back into the swing of things. So even for my job, you know, everything was done on Zoom. And we did rehearsals on Zoom, meeting on Zoom. We didn't see each other in person till probably late June, which is mind-blowing to me. So when that first rehearsal came and I was all of a sudden around people, that was overwhelming. So I'm still wearing a mask. That's just a family preference. Both Mirek and I, we're double vaccinated, which is good. But I think I'm apprehensive. I'm cautious still. Hand sanitizer, still wearing a mask. Ava's still wearing a mask when we go out. I just pick and choose who I'm hanging out with, where I'm going. I try not to be around like overly crowded areas, but I think that we're being smart with getting back into society. I guess, is that the term? We're being smart with when we are going to events or what events we're going to. And I guess just as a family, we're just being cautious. Okay. Next question is, what is Ava doing for school in the fall? So if you guys followed me in some past videos last year, so Ava was 3, so you know, we were at the height of lockdown, so really I homeschooled Ava for preschool. And you know, a 3-year-old doesn't need to be doing school every single day of the week, and so I kind of did that on my own here, and I really loved it. So Ava is now 4, so she technically would still be in preschool. So I think I'm gonna homeschool her again for preschool. She really thrived. Her ABCs, her counting, her colors. She's starting to print now and use a pencil, and her fine motor skills are fantastic, and she's really interested in science and exploring and doing experiments. So I absolutely love doing that, and so I think I'm going to throw myself into that again in the fall. We're going to homeschool Ava for preschool, and then we'll see what's going to happen when it comes time for kindergarten. Okay, next question is, how do you stay motivated? I've talked about this before. I'm a pretty positive person, and my mom and dad were absolutely my heroes and resilient, and they always taught me to always look on the bright side of things, to always look on the positive. There's never a no. That's especially from my dad. There was never a no. There was never a I can't do this. There was always a let's figure out a way to do this, or let's figure out a way together to solve this problem. So that's how I keep motivated and positive. You know what? There's no use in dwelling on the past or regrets or negativity or getting in that negative frame of mind. It just does nobody any. It doesn't help anybody. So I really try and stay on the positive, keep focused on my end goal, and always think about, okay, what's the next thing that I can do to get me to where I need to go? So that's how I stay motivated. Again, being super organized, priorities, staying on top of my schedule, letting things slide or fall if they're really not gonna help me to where I need to go or where I need to stay focused for the moment. And that's how I stay positive and focused as well. All right, so the last question is, what is next for you? So I am going to spend some time this summer to relax, to reconnect with my family, especially now I can see my extended family more, which is so fantastic. So really want to do that. Like I already said, lots of day trips, lots of fun things planned with Ava, vacations as well. I'm gonna continue YouTubing, get back on track. So my weekly upload schedule is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and that seems to work for me. So let me know down in the comments below if you still like a Tuesday, Thursday upload schedule. Do you wanna see something different? Do you wanna see more videos? You let me know what you want, because I want to get back on track, and I'm excited to share some positivity with you guys and motivate you and some happiness so that you guys can take steps in order to live your best life too. That was so cheesy, but I'm gonna leave that in. Also, one of my dear friends set up a website for me. So stay tuned, I am gonna be starting a blog for living her best life. And over on that blog, I'm gonna be sharing all of my printables, you know, my weekly cleaning charts, my schedules, things I'm doing with Ava, so that it'll be more readily available to you and I can share more ideas. So I'm so excited for that. So please let me know if there's specific content that you are looking for, or if there's any problems that I can possibly help you with. I would absolutely love that. Well, that is it for my little update on where I've been. I am so sorry that I haven't been uploading regularly, but thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for getting to this point in this video, and stick around because Ava and I just took a day trip the other day and we had a blast. So I filmed it and I cannot wait to share it with you guys, and I will see you in my next video.